The Lego Batman movie. So hot off his cameo in the Lego movie, we now have a standalone Lego Batman movie. This was directed by Chris McKay. It once again stars Will Arnett as the voice of Batman, Bruce Wayne. And the story is essentially about the relationship between Batman and the Joker. The Joker wants recognition that Batman can't be Batman without him and that he's his greatest villain. Whereas Batman in this movie is a complete dick and he refuses to accept that he needs anybody. This guy works alone. He does everything alone. He has no family, he has no friends, but he likes it that way. This Batman is an arrogant, self-centered douchebag who totally believes his own press and thinks he's the greatest gift to anyone on the planet. But in the end, Batman learns some lessons and he takes on a bat family of his own and develops friendships and works out how to get along with people. So years ago when the Lego movie came out, I really dug it. I thought it was fantastic. It looked great, it was funny, and just really entertaining. This film was no different. It looked fantastic. I love the way that they do sort of like a pseudo stop motion animation, even though you know it's computer animated. And it was just dazzling. There were so many vibrant colors and just visually it was gorgeous. There was so much for your eyeballs to just chew up and digest. The script was really good. It was just silly. I mean, this version of Batman, it's just, you can't take him seriously, because like I said, this guy just loves himself, and it's just an interesting take on Batman. If you're after something where you're given the traditional Batman that we are used to, then yeah, don't expect anything like that. This Batman is just so over the top. But yeah, for the context of this story, he worked really well. And I loved that there were so many references to every incarnation of Batman, going back to his first appearance in comics in the late 30s to the recent movies, even Batman vs. Superman. There was references to everything, and they were so well written. In fact, they went by so quickly. I can't wait to own this movie on Blu-ray so I can pause it at the right moments and just sort of catch what I missed, because this movie goes quickly. I mean, I'm not kidding. There are things in this movie, you blink and you'll miss them. So the voice acting was great all around. Will Arnett was fantastic as Batman. I'm not going to go through the cast list because when you watch the end credits, you're just like, holy crap, there were a lot of people in this film, but everyone did a really great job and yeah, just brought just the right character to their performances. And not only that, we had cameos from a whole bunch of other things. There was Sauron from Lord of the Rings, Agent Smith from The Matrix, Voldemort made an appearance in this film. There were so many other characters brought into this thing, but that's what I love about these Lego movies. It is like when you just get into a box of Lego and play with it as a kid. I'd never do anything like that as an adult. But it's not uncommon for, franchises to merge. You can have Star Wars people playing with Marvel people and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, this movie really represented that, and I loved it. The jokes in the film were really well written, and they came really thick and fast, but that was kind of one of the things that I thought actually let this movie down a little bit. It was so fast, it was hard to keep up with it. I mean, seriously, there were times where there were jokes on top of jokes. When someone's saying something funny in the dialogue and there'll be someone else say something at the same time or whatever, and it's like, whoa. And yeah, just a lot of the visual humor and everything, it just went so quickly, and it was sometimes just a little bit much for the brain to process. Aside from that, look, it was a bit light on story. I mean, it essentially, I guess the plot was just, something aimed at the kids. Even though there were a lot of jokes that adults would appreciate in the film, yeah, it was definitely very light on story, which wasn't too bad a thing because there was so many great action sequences and funny moments, but yeah, it was a little light on story. And I thought the third act just, it was a bit generic. I wasn't really impressed with the ending, but, the lead up to that was great. And there were some fantastic jokes, such as when Batman's giving names to his Bat family, like Robin, etc., and he names Barbara Gordon Batgirl, and she replies with something along the lines of, does that mean I get to call you Bat Boy? I really dug that. I thought that was pretty clever. But overall, Lego Batman movie is definitely worth seeing. If you're a Batman fan, you flat out need to see this movie. But if you just appreciate a good animated family film, it is definitely one worth watching. I am absolutely going to own it on Blu-ray when it comes out. More than likely in a super deluxe 3D box set with a figure or whatever the heck they want to release. I'll buy it. And I am going to give the Lego Batman movie an 8 out of 10. I do regret that I didn't get to see this movie in 3D, but one day when I grow up and buy a 3D TV and get the 3D Blu-ray and everything, I'm sure I'll appreciate it then, but it was one of those things I could just tell it would have looked so much better in 3D. So if you've seen the Lego Batman movie, which I'm sure you have, being that it came out like 6 billion years ago in the US or something, leave me some comments, let me know what you think down below. And thank you as always for watching my review. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. Drop me some comments either here or on Facebook. All the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies and I would love to talk about movies with you. I'll catch you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.